Hello, how is everybody doing? I'm so happy to be here. When I walked in, there was a prayer going on, and I was like, wow, he should have asked for prayer request. Because, maybe he know God a little bit better than I do. I need a husband. Right. And maybe if one or more of us intercede on my behalf and ask for that husband that I've been looking for, that perhaps he will come a little bit faster. Because, I'm 44 years old, and I not plan on being 44 years old and never married, but it happened. But maybe with just a little more help of the Lord and you praying, sir, that man will come a little bit faster. Because I don't know where he is, but when I find him, he is in trouble. He is already in trouble because I don't know what's taking you so long. Why are you taking your time getting to me? I already have a whole list of things for him to do. I'm tired of doing things on my own. I need some assistance. I need some help. And he is around here somewhere acting like he's just single. And I just need him to hurry up and come on because this is not it. This is not it. Right, it's not it. I need him to come on. I'm tired. Yes, sir, please come. Come and take the trash out. Do that. Right. Do something. But I'm also a mom. I have two children. I don't know if I can call them kids anymore. Both my kids are grown. It's so cute to say. My daughter just graduated from high school. She's 18, and my son is 20. Now they're both special needs. I have the privilege of having two special needs children. I know my son is autistic. And my daughter's just a teenager. And if you know, they both have special needs. My son being autistic, him being diagnosed is one of the best things that ever happened to me. Because, when you see a child when they're younger, something's not quite right, but you can't quite put your finger on it. And then he gets diagnosed. He's like, yes, it's not me. Because for a long time, I said, I ate a lot of hot chips while I was pregnant. So maybe it's my fault. But he gets diagnosed. It's okay. It's not me. It's him. It's all on him. But now we can give him the proper assistance that he needs to, fully function in the world. And the thing about Caleb is autistic, but he's high functioning. So he doesn't look autistic. He just acts a little different. So he has autism quirks that are really, really different. Like Caleb has this thing where if he watches something and he likes it, he repeats it over and over again. And he repeats it the exact same way he heard it, which sometimes can be a little bit inconvenient because he had spent the weekend with his grandfather and they had been watching Westerns. So he comes home and his new phrase is hi-ho silver away. And he's saying hi-ho silver away. Hi-ho silver away! He's saying it over and over and over again. Well, he waits one day until we're in Sunday service. Yes, we're in church, Sunday, Black Baptist Church. And they're in the middle of altar call. And my son is yelling hi-ho silver away. And he will not stop yelling hi-ho silver away. So I have to start shouting to create a diversion for my son yelling hi-ho silver away. Because he will not stop doing it. My son also has this thing where he's a literal thinker. So I have to be very specific with my instructions. Otherwise, it will mess him up. And so one day I said, Caleb, go in your room and clean it. And I don't want anything on the floor. He goes in his room. He comes back 15 minutes later. He is distraught. I said, what's the problem? He said, you told me to go in my room and clean it. I said, that's what I meant. What's the problem? He said, I can't figure out how to get my bed and my dresser off the floor. And I said, it's my fault because I wasn't specific with my instructions. I said, son, go clean your room. And when you get done, I don't want anything on the floor but the bed and the dresser. And guess what? The carpet can stay too. It can stay too. But yeah, now he's 20, and now we're trying to navigate what adulthood looks like for him, and we're trying to see, what he wants to do and how he wants to do it. And so just recently, he has decided to go to college. He wants to go to college. Yes. It's because I talk about being independent, and I didn't think in my mind what that meant for him. Being independent. And he's like, because I'm like, okay, no, you can't do that. No, you can't do that. No, he's like, but you said you want me to be independent. Yeah, I know, but I didn't really mean it, son. I didn't really mean it. And then there's my daughter. She just graduated from high school. Like I said, she's going to Belmont University on August the 15th. Right, I know. It's very expensive. It's very expensive, but somehow I made a way. And so she graduated this past summer. And so her transition is she thought that her going to college meant she was going away, like she was moving out, like she's like totally on her own. So as we get closer to getting ready to go move her into college, she's panicking. She's like, what am I going to do if I can't pay my cell phone bill? I said, what are you talking about? She says, I don't have a job. How am I going to pay my bill? I said, babe, we have a family share plan. Like, I've been paying the cell phone bill for the past 6 years now. So I'm not going to stop because you're going to college. And the other day, she's like, well, what do I pack? Like, my clothes. I have to take all my clothes. I said, well, just take summer clothes. She says, well, what am I going to do with my winter clothes? I said, you'll come back and get them. She said, I'll come back? Yes, you still live here. You still live here. You still live here. It's just that temporarily you'll be living somewhere else, and you'll come back randomly, not all the time, just randomly to check in and be here, and then you'll go back because I'm paying a lot of money for you to be there. So you will. So I'm gonna get a T-shirt made that said my money and my daughter is going to Belmont University. Right. But my daughter is such an amazing. She's been amazing for a very, very long time. Like during the pandemic, my daughter picked up making masks. Right, she picked up making masks, and we thought that she would make a couple of masks because when the pandemic first started, you couldn't just go and buy a mask. So she learned how to make them. So it's like, okay, we'll charge $10 a pop, and she'll make maybe 20, 30 masks. My daughter made over 200 masks by the time the pandemic. Yes, by the time, and so at $10 a pop, she had a lot of money sitting in her Cash App. Right? Do you know how hard it is to talk crazy to your child when they got more money than you? Like when you gotta borrow money, gas money from your child and they expect you to pay it back. Like, where's my $20? Wait a minute, you want your little $20 back? And parenting was different when she had money. Because normally, when you're riding around in your car and your kids ask you to go to a restaurant, she's like, can I have McDonald's? Normally you would say, do you have McDonald's money? Well, she got McDonald's money, so I can't say that. Have to say, do you have a driver's license? Well, if you don't have a driver's license, you can't have any McDonald's. So we get to the house, and this day, I'm not really domestic, but this day I was feeling it. This day I said, you know what, I'm going to cook for my children. So, like I made Jiffy cornbread, and I opened a can of Glory green beans. Do not judge me. I bought one of those whole chickens from the store that's already prepared. Right. And I'm like, we're going to eat at home. Well, I don't want to say about 30 minutes later, my doorbell rings. I said, who is at the door? This girl done door dashed. She beat me. I'm like, she beat me. It's like, you won this round. But then the thing about it is when she door dashed, she didn't door dash McDonald's. She door dashed Red Lobster. I said, why would you door dash Red Lobster instead of McDonald's? She said, well, I have Red Lobster money. Right, because I don't have Red Lobster money. That's exactly what we're doing. It's like, okay. My daughter also picked up cooking during the pandemic. She TikTok, because y'all saw she picked up cooking from TikTok. And the thing about her cooking was, it got to the point to where she was cooking so good, she would send me to get ingredients. But I didn't always know what she was talking about, because again, I don't cook. So one day she was like, I want some pull-apart meat. And I'm like, what is pull-apart meat? So I'm like, maybe it's it's on TikTok, maybe it's a new ingredient. So I'm in Kroger looking for pull-apart meat, and I can't find, I'm like, hey, yeah, where's the pull-apart meat? They was like, ma'am. I'm like, I'm saying, she said pull-apart meat. So I'm like, Imani, nobody knows what the pull-apart meat is. She said, you know how when we go to grandma's house, and in the crock pot, the pull-apart meat. I said, what are you talking about? It has carrots. I was like, oh, you talking about pot roast? That's the pull-apart meat. I was like, oh, okay, I can get that. Now, what I did not know, because again, I don't cook, it takes hours to pull apart meat. Like I thought, I said, see, you don't know what you're doing. I thought you could cook. I said, why is this not ready now? She's like, it takes hours to fix. I was like, no, you're not finna sit and tell me. I had to call my mom. My mom was like, oh, well, I didn't know that. One day she sent me to the store. She said, well, can I have some slap your mama? I said, I wish you would. She said, no, Mom, it's an ingredient. I said, oh, okay, you have to let me know, because you talking about slapping your mama. We don't do that here. Because I will slap you back. It'll be a new season. And you won't be here anymore. You won't be anymore. We went to that stage where she knows a whole lot more than me, that she's better than me. She know. It's like, girl, you know how as a child your mom used to always say, I've done that, I tried that, I do that, I tried that, and it's like you looking like, man, my mama was right. And you never want to admit that your mom was right, but she was. Like I remember when she was younger, I would buy my daughter cute little dresses to wear to the daycare center. And my mom would always say, don't put that on her. And I'm like, this is my child. And I want her to go to school looking cute. I bought some brand new patent leather black Mary Janes. And I was like, she's going to wear it to school. My mama said, don't send her to school with the Mary Janes. I said, yes, I am. And that evening she came back and her Mary Janes were all scuffed up. And I was upset. And my mama said, didn't I tell you? I said, I'm not talking to you. Right. I'm not talking to you. So what, you knew what you were talking about this time. The other times, I don't know. But this, you won this round. So I'm trying to figure out how can I get back? How can I get back? Because, And think about parenting. Parenting is not easy at all. There's no manual. Now we have social media, and they have access to so many things and so many. It's like how can you see? Like, how do you know this? How can you see that? And for my household, it's music. Like, my daughter knows all the songs from when I grew up. I'm like, how do you know this song by Ice Cube? How do you know today is a good day? Like, she's in the car. I'm like, how do you know? Like, but she has access. And then sometimes my daughter makes me feel older than what I really am. Because when I'm talking to her and telling her some things, she's like, you have to do what? Like, she doesn't understand the idea of having to wait until a particular song is played before you can hear it. She can't fathom. she can't fathom that if you don't have a CD. Or I showed her a tape. She said, what's it? I said, this is a tape that we had. She's like, you mean to tell me? I said, yes. You had to purchase this or this if you want to hear a song. There was no Spotify. There was no YouTube. There was no Pandora. The idea that, like, TV, I said we had to watch with TGIF every Friday at 7 p.m. This was the lineup. And if you missed it, she's like, what do you mean? You had to wait. Wait? Yes. There was no Netflix. And then when Netflix did come, it was an idea of getting 3 DVDs and mailing them back and coming back. And she's like, are you serious? Yes. Yes. She makes me feel like, and it's like the phone thing. I told her, I was talking to her about, because she has a cell phone. And she can't fathom that there was a time when my mom could pick up the phone and hear my conversation. She said, what do you mean? I said, back in my day, we had a phone cutoff time. And if my mom picked up the phone and told me to get out the phone, she was like, she can hear you? Yes, she can hear me. She can hear us. And she was like, how? So I'm walking around the house trying to show her the out. I said, you see these things? Those what those are for. And she's like, oh. I'm like, yeah. That's what those are for. Those are phone jacks and outlets. And she's like, wow. I told her about dial-up. She said, what you mean? Yes, dial-up. You would log us in and go, and wait for it to connect. She said, really? I said, yes. And if someone called, it knocked you offline. I've been Latoya Tennille. Thank y'all so much for watching. Have a great day.